Discovery achieved strong growth at the halfway stage of the financial year, seeing robust contributions across the group's businesses. The group saw elevated demand for and use of private medical insurance in its UK market, and confidence increased following the positive election outcome in its local South African market. Discovery Bank CEO Hylton Kallner joins us for greater perspective on the performance. Thank you so much for your time, Hylton. Now, Discovery is in a new business phase after a cycle of investment. Would you say that the growth phase has started off on a solid footing?
I think that the results today reflect the results of a significant period of investment which has taken place over the last few years, and really coming through strongly now. So if you look at the businesses that we've really invested in, particularly locally in the Discovery Bank, it's now breaking through to profitability strongly, and a strong performance across the board in all of the local businesses as well as the international Vitality business. So yes, I think that the investment phase has really created a strong foundation, and this result, which shows normalized profit up 27%, really does reflect the businesses now coming through. So I think really pleasing for us in terms of the trajectory, the consistency across all of the businesses, and I think in particular the efficacy of our shared value model and the bank in particular.
Well, Hylton, I want to drill into some of the different geographies. Let's start off here in SA. Noticeably, I saw that with Discovery Health, you talk about macroeconomic challenges and expected softness in growth there. How much of an impact have the macroeconomic headwinds had on that business?
I think that the concern for us is always the client affordability, the affordability of medical scheme premiums, and I think that we know and understand that access to private healthcare is a luxury, but for our clients it's an absolute kind of necessity in many instances. So the maintaining affordability is crucial. The performance of the Discovery Health business over the period has really been exceptional. It continues to really grow strongly at a membership level, and that's both in the open scheme market through the Discovery Health Medical Scheme, as well as the employer-based closed medical scheme market. And I think that one of the highlights of the period for Discovery Health in particular this 6 months was the launch of our personal health pathways, which is really an AI-driven, really precision-targeted approach to ensuring that each and every member of the medical scheme gets their next best action in terms of their healthcare. And if we're able to achieve that and deliver it at scale, which is what we're really rolling out now, we think that will have a meaningful impact on medical inflation going forward, and that can only be good for our clients in terms of long-term affordability. So an important period for Discovery Health, but one where it kind of cemented its position as the market leader.
Well, let's cross on over to the UK and talk to me about the dynamics that are playing out there, because we know the challenges that exist in the UK economy remaining stagnant, but also how's the impact of the challenges of the NHS actually filter through to Vitality in the UK?
So I think the sort of the demand and utilization of PMI cover in the UK, which is through our Vitality Health business, continue to increase. I think the business has gone through a period where it's adjusted premiums to reflect that. It showed strong growth, up to nearly 600 million rand for the half year in Vitality Health. Vitality Life also had a very strong period, really sort of focus on cost cutting and efficiencies in that market, and real price and price accuracy, and that's been, I think, a hallmark of every part of the business, is kind of a real focus on efficiencies and our shared value model, which we've seen come through and play out in every part of the business, whether it's in health insurance and people getting healthier, in driving, in our motor insurance business in South Africa, which had an excellent period, and the ability to incentivize clients to drive better, or in the bank, which grew to over 1 million clients during the 6-month period, where we're seeing the kind of the incentives to help people manage their money better,
Yeah.
all coming through and all of the correlations working well.
Well, actually, I want to drill into Discovery Bank because, of course, the eyes are on the kind of growth and returns that those new initiatives are producing now after all that investment. You talk about, the addition of customers. On what level of growth is Discovery Bank in right now?
So the bank had a really important period. It grew the client base by 32% year on year, breaking through over 1 million clients. So it's a kind of exponential growth. We saw 27% growth in deposits to over 20 billion rand, 37% in advances growth, following the successful launch and rollout of our home loans product in the 6-month period. That's grown to over 1 billion rand in home loans very, very quickly in our client base, and that's all kind of come together through increased engagement by our clients to drive revenue up 42% for the period. So it's been a remarkable period. All of the kind of the initiatives, the strategies within Discovery Bank, talking to the scalability, the digital platform, the kind of the success of the app, and all of the technology that we rolled out, bringing the bank to profitability. So it's really just growing and scaling now.
And just lastly, as we wrap up the conversation, of course, as you've entered the second part of the financial year, what will be the pillars of growth that you will be leveraging to ensure the sustainability of this picture, this growth picture that we saw in the interim period?
So I think what we've spent, as I said, the last few periods really kind of ensuring that the business is fit for purpose in every area. I think that we'll continue to really push hard on the technology front.
Yeah.
AI is a key driver of opportunities, efficiencies across our business, and the personalization of all of our products, as well as the shared value model in every single area. And I think that combined with the bank as a platform now for the entire group in South Africa, those are the key strategies.
Well, thank you so much for your time and giving us more detail on the numbers that came out from Discovery today. That was Hylton Kallner, CEO for Discovery Bank.